In ideas, in this world, ideas is not an issue. There are plenty of them. The most important part of it is how to put these ideas into paper and take them out of the paper and put them into reality. Most of the people just fall on the first step. I have an excellent idea, but I don't even write about it. I really don't know how to put it into paper. And the worst part is the third step. The first is have the idea, the second is to write it down, understand what are the pros and cons, and the third one is to take it from the paper and put it into real life. I look at partners more on the I use them as my second voice. Somebody that is it's on the back of my head and saying, watch this and watch that, and by the way, have you thought of this and have you thought of that? So it's kind of somebody that it's my consultant, let's say, the business consultant, the one that allows me to put my feet on the ground, the one that allows me to think further. So the asset, it's not real money, the asset is thinking the business. So the right partner is the one that identifies your flaws and brings you the best or the most positive aspects you have in yourself. How do I choose the people I work with? I try to cover my flaws by identifying people who can in fact help me out on the things that I'm not good at. One thing I believe that entrepreneurs have to have. They need to be assertive, proactive, and they need to understand the environment they're working with. If they don't have that three aspects at the highest end, my feeling is that they will fail. That's how I motivate myself. Challenging. You always can do a better job. You always can do better things. You always can be a nicer person, a better person as well, including yourself. Just not challenging, like I mentioned, about sports or games or professional, yourself. It's a challenge. I'm a challenge for myself as well. I keep trying to understand myself every day. And honestly, I try to work on that. It's very hard, but I keep doing it. And I'm learning all the time. I'm not afraid of that, that's good. First, if you fall, you need to rise again. You can fall 3 times, but then you need to rise again 3 times. But that's a must. If you're moving and you're stepping into a new business or a new challenge, and you're afraid to fall, I'm sure you will fall. If you're afraid of not being able to stand up again, then you're doomed. It's over. Don't even try. So you need to be confident that you will be able to do it, and you'll be able to rise no matter what. That's one golden rule. If I'm afraid that something doesn't work, then I'm not going even to bother to consider it. Second golden rule: keep the standards. Make sure that if you decide where you want to go and you believe that you need to take these specific steps, don't move away from those steps until you finally decide where you want to go. If you decide that you have reached one, if you want to reevaluate the whole scenario, the one that you decided to move into, do it. But if you want to do it, rewrite your standards again. Because nothing will work if you don't write down your path and follow your path. If you think that things are not going right, stop, reevaluate it, and redo it. You need to be consistent. You need to be congruent. You need to focus and keep on with your focus. Every time I sit in front of my PC or talk to people to make sure that we are on the right track regarding the financial budget, it's a nightmare. For me, it's a nightmare. But again, if this is the path, if this is one of my standards, then I need to follow, and I have to do it every day Because if I fail to do it, to recover from what's left to be done, it's even worse for me. I don't even want to think about it. So it's a part of me that every day I have to do. Nobody can do it for me, so it's my option. It's a horrible job, but I have to do it. Handling companies, it all started from the persons that you decide to have as managers of your company. The persons that are in front, as managers of your company, you have to have full trust in them. That's the first thing. Of course, having full trust in somebody, you don't get it overnight. It's something that it works, but it works because they've worked with you and you've worked with them for many years, and they understand how do you think and you understand how do they think. So they see it coming when I start to say something, and I see it coming when they start to say something. So there is a kind of symbiosis between these managers and myself. When I say half of the sentence, they were already there in trying to understand what I want. And because we have a full strategy, any manager, any general manager of my company has their own plan, their own yearly business plan they have to stick with. Every 2 days, every week, I talk to them. Every day, or almost every day, I have mails to answer with high-level things. But based on these high-level things, it's more than sufficient for them to understand what to do and for me to understand what they're doing. And that's how I manage those companies. It's not easy regarding time. It's somehow easy regarding people, fortunately, for me. And the worst part is, of course, the time I have to dedicate to my sons. And those are probably the ones who've been suffering the most. That is a fact. But it's also me building something for them later on. Of course, I would love to have more time for my kids. Yes, I take it for my sleep. So normally I go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock. My father was an entrepreneur, yes. He was not that successful, which is, again, not bad. You keep learning, right? You learn from mistakes, you learn from successes, you learn from mistakes. He was a brilliant man regarding ideas and creativity, brilliant. He was not that good when it comes to management. So I tried to take the positive aspects of his creativity and also the positive aspect of not being a good manager. When I set up my first company, after signing a contract for a software contract for become licensee in Portugal and Spain, after investing some hundreds thousands of euros in setting up the company and deploying the company in Portugal and in Spain, the company that licensed me decided to break the contract and entered in bankruptcy. So that was the most unexpected thing that happened to me. I couldn't see it coming because it was a big company. I would never suspect so, but it happened. So no business plan can fight against them. So we needed by then to reshuffle, understand that those were sunk costs, or almost all of them were sunk costs, and rewrite it from scratch. Now today when I look back, probably I should have said, that's it, it's over. Let's start something different. Which we didn't. We decided to diverge, keeping the same structure but diverge. Probably it was a mistake, or not. But it was a decision that we decided. I had a partner by then and we decided to go that way. Fine. We made a lot of mistakes. And we learned from them. It's good. I'm taking advantage of those mistakes now.